Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. Today we're going to talk about the importance of going to the end of your desired manifestation. And when I talk about the end, I don't mean like that's it and then there's nothing more and there's nothing else, but I'm also not talking about a timeline, but what I'm referring to is the state of fulfillment, the state of fulfilled desire. And this is so important to be able to train your mind to, in imagination, go to the state of fulfilled desire for more than one reason. One of the reasons, though, is that when we find ourselves wanting to manifest something that maybe seems very unlikely for us, or seems like it is far away, or it will take a long time, or there might be a lot of things that have to change or work themselves out before it can happen, we may find ourselves wanting to start consciously manifesting those changes and those results and those pathways, and that is really where we want to avoid going at all costs, because that's the middle. We don't want to mess with that. And there may be people telling you like it's okay to manifest for the middle and then just push your end out and create a new end. And sure, however, one of the main reasons why this isn't sustainable, or isn't why I don't advise you do this, is because, and I'm saying this from experience, when we are manifesting from a certain state of consciousness and we're trying to manifest an end result, we're focused on manifesting fulfilled desire, right? Completely fulfilled, it's all there. And then we start creating along the way, manifesting, putting our efforts and energy toward manifesting current circumstances to change, to allow us to feel like this is more possible. That's actually creating a block or a discrepancy in us learning to go to the state where this is already done. And so it can create this hamster wheel, this perpetual, I've got it and it's gone, I've got it and it's gone, I've got it and it's gone, this loop of not actually getting to fulfillment. Because what's actually happening is you're not changing your state, you're not changing who you're being, and that's what you're going to see reflected in your reality. Now, you can, without changing your state completely, put enough attention and focus and awareness to manifest things, circumstances to show up and change for you. However, unless you have changed who you're being in essence, like vibrationally, energetically, consciously, where you are, like totally, you are going to not be able to sustain that. It's going to leave because you're not the vessel, the container, the version that can house it, that can hold it, that can be in it. You're going to continuously doubt it and question it and wonder if it's going to fall apart and think it's too good to be true, and because you don't fit yet, right? It's like, you're putting on clothes that aren't your size. Like, you haven't grown into that yet. You can't wear that yet. It's too big for you. Just wait. And I don't mean to, but it's that concept. It's like, if you haven't stretched your consciousness to the version of you that is fulfilled, and that is being the version that's existing in that reality in imagination, that's existing there in imagination, and feeling those fulfilled feelings and feeling secure and feeling confident and feeling safe and just enjoying it, you're not you're not matching up. You're not going to be big enough in consciousness to sustain that reality, to have it actually show up and stick and last. And so that's one of the main reasons why practicing to go to the end is so important. But the other reason is because when we find ourselves doing the middle stuff and the circumstances and all of that, it's also creating this idea. It's reinforcing subconsciously to not have faith. And like, faith is the whole basis of all of this, right? Like, that's the part, that's the pearl, it's that faith. And so if you continue to do that, again, it's the same type of thing where you're not allowing yourself the practice and the exercise to get into the state to show that you have the faith. And I'm not saying there's anything outside you have to show it to, but you do have to be that version to sustain your desire. And so, right, like, you want to continue to practice in imagination, stretching your imagination to the consciousness of fulfilled desire, and all those other things, like, they're gonna work out. They're going to work out all on their own. You don't have to put any attention on them. You don't have to put any awareness on them. Something pops up that seems like it's in the way. Oh, but if that, like this is in the way, or this has to change, or how it's not comfortable. The thing popping up isn't a valid obstacle. It's a manifested perceived obstacle or circumstance coming from your inability to go to the end. You see? So as you continue to resist trying to massage the middle and you practice going to that end, going to fulfilled desire, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What's different about it? And practice envisioning from that perspective that reality. And as you do that, you're doing all these other things that are necessary, right? You're exhibiting the faith, you're exercising your imagination, which is how all of creation is in creation, is in your existence. You're also declaring that this is your desire, and you don't need to worry about the middle. You're declaring your power. You're declaring your God state, right? So this is why I stress so importantly to go to the end. And it doesn't have to be in visualization. It does, right? Like the way you're doing it can be completely personal to you. You can be journaling, scripting, whatever you want to call it. You can be visualizing. You can be meditating on it and just sitting quietly. You can be hearing inner conversations. You can be imagining telling somebody about it. It can go down any way you want. The whole point is that whatever you're doing, whatever technique or method, two things are really important. One is that it gets you into the feeling state of fulfillment. That's probably the most important. I don't even want to say that. They're equally as important. That it gets you into the feeling state of fulfillment and that it's enjoyable, that you're enjoying it. That's it. That's all that matters. There's nothing that matters, nothing else. It's not about meeting a quota. It's not about doing it enough. It's just about doing it to the point of naturalness. Thank you. Obviously it's been a long time, so I forgot how to talk, but whatever. Um, I'll touch on that too. So you might notice I have a new background. We moved at the beginning of this month. And so I took that last month, October, to sort of, well, first to find a place and then to get everything ready. And I took my time packing and, nurturing the space so that when we left, it wasn't a huge, oh no, there's so much I have to do. And we moved about 5 hours away driving time. So it's kind of a big move. And we did it in one day. And we had a lot of support, which was great. And I appreciate those people so much. You're amazing. And if you're watching this, I don't think my loved ones watch my channel, but, and then I was focused on clients as well. So I didn't record all of October. I don't remember, honestly, when the last time I recorded was. When I go to upload this, I will see when I was there last because I haven't even gone on and looked at anything. And then we moved and I've been, nesting. I've been getting everything settled and situated, and we're getting used to the new climate and the new environment, the new town. So that's been super fun. And, that's also part of what inspired this video. Now, it is a topic I've wanted to discuss for quite some time, but when I found out I had to move, and I talked about it several months ago on video, there was some worry that came up immediately because the date had been pushed closer than previously anticipated. So I went through that process of kind of the worrying and then the looking, but I was still looking before it was really time to look. And so it was just this whole, and I practiced and I allowed myself to go to the end of fulfilled desire. And I even stopped at one point trying to figure out where we were going to live. And we stopped talking about the name of the town and where it was geographically in California and all of that. And just sort of kept going to that fulfilled desire and how do we feel in this place? What if there are things that are important to us, what are those things? And talking about those things and focusing on that. And the second place was the one we ended up in, and it's ideal. It's perfect. It's sweet. It's quaint. It's cozy. It's cute. It's has enough room for visitors. Like, it's everything and more, which I'm not advocating for the this or something better, because if you know what you want, you know what you want, and that's that. But I was very open. There was a checklist, the requirements, and then the bonuses that came about when I just focused on that fulfilled desire. And so, even though it is quite far away from many of our loved ones, we have a whole little place in the back for them to come stay. And it's just perfect. And there's ample yard space for the dog. And it's a cute town. And it's ideal. So, that's it, right? We go to the end. We allow ourselves permission to be fulfilled in imagination before it's shown up in 3D. And we're saying, I don't need 3D to validate my fulfillment. I create that within. I'm the power. I also don't need to busy myself with the details or the perceived obstacles that are in the way, because they're just manifestations of fear or insecurity or doubt. And as I continue to practice going to the end, those obstacles will dissolve, they'll diminish. They're none of your business. They actually don't matter. You just go to the end of fulfilled desire to the best of your ability, as frequently as necessary to make it feel natural and normal. And that's when the universe or your 3D reality starts to shift and mold, and everything starts to adjust and happen to get you there. Because that's when it's saying, this is hers. This is it. This is time. It's done. Subconscious has been fully impressed when it feels natural. Okay. And that's another thing I wanted to share. Actually, I discussed with a client yesterday, is that when we talk about impressing the subconscious mind and people want to know how will I know when it's been impressed? What does that mean? Basically, the degree with which your fulfilled desire feels natural in consciousness represents the degree to which you are impressing or have impressed the subconscious. So if it feels like there are a lot of things in the way of that fulfilled desire, then that's showing that there's a lot in the subconscious that it's not letting the fulfillment in. It's saying, nope, that's not yours. You're not that person. You don't have that reality. That's not your experience. No, 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 no. And then it manifests as all these circumstances. Oh, and this is why, and this is why, and this is why, and this is why. Now, none of those are truth, right? They're just the manifestation of the subconscious not accepting fulfilled desire. So as you train your conscious imagination to go to fulfilled desire to the point of feeling fulfilled, that's when the subconscious starts to let it in. And it may not happen the first go. Just keep at it, right? You keep at it. You keep practicing. You practice also because it feels good and it's enjoyable and it's fun to play with. And there's so many things you can incorporate into it, right? But as you consciously start to think about fulfilled desire and you're like, oh, yeah, why? That makes sense. Like, there's no other way. Of course, duh. That's when it's impressed. That's when you know it is completely, fully impressed. Okay. So there's my video. You guys will be seeing me more often. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.